This is Igbo Area TV.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also click the bell icon. Well. Nnamdi Kanu has not relented in his efforts to uncover the real person in Aso Rock. Here is his latest regards that. Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, has released a comparative analysis of the topic resting on who is truly ruling Nigeria. He has been fond of saying the man in Aso Rock is not Buhari, but rather an impostor from Sudan called Jibril. He asked a simple question saying, why is the present government in Nigeria uncertain as to who the service chiefs should answer to? Saying further that this should inform Nigerians that the man in Aso Rock is not whom they think he is. If you look at what is happening recently, and not only recently, several things that have happened, you will want to give it to the IPOB leader. Yes, based on what has happened, this is not our conclusion, but if you look at how things are playing out, for example, Aisha Buhari, a particular time, said there are two people in Aso Rock that you have to bow to, or else you'll be walked away, you'll be shown the door. You will not be able to tap from the national cake and what is shared in Aso Rock. Aso Rock has become where they share the country's wealth. Aso Rock is supposed to be a government house. So there's a time she said, if you don't bow to these two people, and a lot of people allegedly said these two people are Abba Kyari and Mamandaura. So according to her, you have to bow to these two people, even goes to the extent of worshiping them, or else you will not get anything from the villa. Aside that, we have seen several cases of a lot of things has happened that you will want to say, is the man in Aso Rock still Buhari? Okay, look at a particular time. It was said that Buhari went to London to receive medical treatment or do medical checkup, and handed over to somebody he called his chief of staff. And he even said, every time you want to meet him from henceforth, from that point, that he didn't even hand over to a deputy or the vice president Osibanjo, but he said, anytime you want to contact him or want to talk to him, you have to go through the chief of staffs. And the situation that puts even the president in. Everything about him is you have to meet the chief of staff. So there are certain things that are happening that people want to convey to him, and they meet the chief of staff. He stops them. So it is not normal. Yes, it is not normal. The president said you must meet the chief of staff. The president doesn't know what is happening. He doesn't know how the common people feel. Now, let's assume somebody that has something important to discuss with the president, you go to the chief of staff and he walks you out, because to him, the chief of staff, it's not pleasant, or it is not something that promotes his interest. So you see the kind of situation Nigeria is in for the next 4 years, remaining 4 years that this man is going to rule. We are in a very precarious situation. So that is a problem. The chief of staff does whatever he wants. Whatever he approves is what gets to the president. So you see the kind of situation they put Nigeria in. So this is why the IPOB leader said Buhari is not the person there. That actually the original Buhari that was inaugurated as a president in 2015 is dead. That Abba Kyari is actually ruling Nigeria. That Abba Kyari is the man behind the Jibril, the person ruling Nigeria. So actually, according to him, Abba Kyari controls Nigeria. He dictates. He imposed on us Jibril. That the Jibril was an Abba Kyari setup. So the Jibril has to obey Abba Kyari. That is just how the IPOB leader puts it. There are several other reasons you could say this man is not Buhari. But then, this is not the conclusion of the Igbo Area TV. This is the conclusion of the leader of the IPOB. And he has his points. Let the government come out and clear the air on this. Yes. Okay, you have the latest too. A young Igbo girl writes Bianca, asking her why she is silent on the Biafra restoration project. Look at what she wrote to Bianca. Dear Bianca Ojukwu, I write to you concerning the restoration of Biafra. Don't act as if you don't know what is going on, and don't pretend that your late husband, General Chiamaka Odumegwu Ojukwu, did not hint you about it. For the cause of Biafra restoration, your husband suffered, fought against all manners of evil forces from both national and international bodies, and he died still believing that Biafra would be completely restored as a sovereign nation. Bianca Ojukwu, how come your presence is absent in the fight for the restoration of Biafra? How come when you find out that Raf Owazirike of Masop has deviated from your husband's vision, General Odumegwu Ojukwu, you still stuck to Owazirike? There are things not expected of you as the widow to the very man whom God Almighty raised to kickstart this movement for the restoration of Biafra nation before he left this world. I expect you to be the right-hand woman of Nnamdi Kanu. I expect you to be so ruggedly involved in IPOB. I expect you to be the woman leader of Biafran women, which will give you unspeakable honor all over the world for supporting the man who stepped into the shoes of your husband to continue the vision of Biafra restoration like Moses and Joshua in the Bible. Knowing fully well that you have seen that God is going to restore Biafra through Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB, I expect to see you at every town hall meetings and international presentation alongside Nnamdi Kanu. Bianca, I'm writing to you as a young girl who is involved in the struggle to restore Biafra as a nation, yet I have no excuse. If I have no excuse, then you, Bianca Odumegwu Ojukwu, who has all the money and legacy left for you and your children by your father-in-law and your husband, should not have an excuse. You being involved in Anambra politics does not show you off as a woman of substance and does not portray you as a queen Ojukwu made you to be. Rather, it has demoted you and brought down your relevance. At least you should have attended the burial of Nnamdi Kanu's parents to show your support for Biafra restoration. You know very well that Nnamdi Kanu is presently the recognized person all over the world, pushing the restoration of Biafra to the peak. You should have at least shown your presence at his parents' burial, which united the Biafrans from different parts of the country. I hope this letter gets to you. It's not a letter of condemnation, but to stir you up and to bring you back to the right track where your husband left you, because the path you are in presently is a defilement on your honor and crown, and that is following Raf Owazirike and playing Anambra politics. Anticipating to see you addressing millions of women on the issue of Biafra restoration under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. Igwebuike, Yours in the Vineyard of Freedom Fighters, written by Chiamaka Obieze. Okay, this lady is pouring out her displeasure to Ojukwu's wife, Ojukwu's youngest wife, Bianca Ojukwu, for not supporting the struggle. That is what this young lady is saying, that she has never thrown her weight behind the struggle. She is rather interested in Anambra politics. You know, Bianca wanted to be Anambra governor, but I think the Abga slot is not going for her. It's like they find somebody else, and that is why recently she was displeased with the governor of Anambra, Obiano. She had some disagreements with them. I think disagreement is not unconnected with her plan to be the party's flag bearer for the gubernatorial election coming 2021 in Anambra. So, according to this young lady, Chiamaka, why is Bianca so interested in politics and that is not concerned with Biafran restoration project? She wants to rule Anambra as a governor. She's not interested in a Biafra that is a bigger project, something her husband kick-started. You know, of course, everybody knows, and based on historical records we have, even though you are not born by then, Ojukwu has been the person behind, the major person, or somebody that is at the center of the Biafran struggle. And he held on to it, even though he came back when he returned in 1984. He joined Nigerian politics. Yes, that should be noted too. He joined politics. And we should ask, why did Ojukwu join politics? Okay, as at the time Ojukwu joined politics, the struggle somehow faded. But now there's a recent, somebody revived the struggle, and Bianca is not interested. Even at the burial of Nnamdi Kanu, Bianca wasn't there. She wasn't there. She should have graced the occasion among so many dignitaries that were there, but she didn't come. It's as if she's not concerned. She didn't even send a representative. I think she should have sent somebody if she couldn't make it. This is something her husband kickstarted. If Ojukwu was alive, Ojukwu would be at that burial. Yes, certainly. We understand Southeast governors are not in good terms with IPOB. We don't. There's a good justification for them not being there. But Bianca has no reason not to be there. Yes. This is not, we're not trying to run her down, no. A kind of advising her. That's what the Chiamaka lady is trying to say. Look at it properly. Now, another thing she complained was that Bianca has been identifying with Wazirike. That is her complaint. That the person who is at the forefront of the struggle right now, who everybody recognizes, is Nnamdi Kanu. Why is it that even at the occasion where the Ojukwu's Remembrance Day, that Wazirike pulled some stones, brought his people, the Maso people, Wazirike at that point made a statement that the mantle of leadership has been shifted to him. That he is now the person who is like a Joshua after Moses concerning the Biafran struggle, even though a lot of people claim he betrayed the struggle. Now, this Chiamaka lady is asking, why should Bianca identify with Wazirike when she's aware that the mantle of leadership is on Nnamdi Kanu? That Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the struggle as far as today is concerned. Why is Nnamdi Kanu the leader? Because IPOB is the biggest among the Biafra agitation group. IPOB is the biggest. IPOB is worldwide. IPOB is found everywhere. And now the leader of IPOB is Nnamdi Kanu. So this lady feels Bianca should identify with Nnamdi Kanu rather than Wazirike. Please, we would like to know what you think, viewers. Tell us what you think. Is what the letter this lady wrote to Bianca commendable? What do you have to add? Please address it. Thanks. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also click on the bell icon to get our update the moment it drops. Thank you.
Thanks for watching Igbo Area TV. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also click the bell icon. Like our Facebook page. Join our Facebook group. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Bye for now.